There are very few empires that can claim to have been both brutal and brilliant, but this one managed to be exactly that. They were responsible for some of the worst atrocities in human history. But their achievements in science, math, and engineering were even greater. This is the story of the Mongols. After Genghis Khan's death, his empire fractured into several smaller khanates ruled by his sons and grandsons. It was founded by Hulagu Khan, another grandson of Genghis Khan, who achieved great military victories against the Assassins and the Khwarezmians. After the Abbasid Caliphate fell to the Mongols in 1258, Baghdad was sacked and much of the Muslim world came under the rule of the Mongols. Religious minorities faced persecution and had to pay heavy taxes. The problem was that Chagatai died before his father, so his widow Sorgatani took over the rulership. In 1259, the Chagatai army rebelled against the Ilkhanate during the reign of Hulagu Khan. Despite the Ilkhanate having a larger force, the Chagatai army won, marking a turning point in the conflict. Eventually, the Chagatai Khanate won the war and expanded its territory into Afghanistan and Uzbekistan. But it wasn't all smooth sailing because the Khanate was plagued with civil wars and rebellions. Trade routes extended to Europe, the Middle East, and Southeast Asia, bringing immense wealth to China. Marco Polo, a famous Italian merchant, visited China during this time and was impressed by its size, wealth, and technological advancements. This resulted in a war between the two khanates that lasted for nearly 3 decades. They implemented policies that benefited both the Mongols and the Chinese, creating a sense of shared identity among the diverse population of the empire. They also encouraged cultural exchanges between China and the West. The empire reached its peak during the reign of King Chungnyeol, who implemented policies to strengthen the military, promote trade, and improve agriculture. In 1392, Prince Yi-Seong-Gai overthrew the Korean Empire and established the Joseon dynasty, which lasted until 1910. The Korean Empire boasted a well-trained army equipped with advanced weapons. In 1268, Mongol and Korean forces set sail for Japan, aiming to conquer the island. The Mongol Empire's impact on Japan was limited to this single event, and Japan's geographic isolation may have shielded it from the empire's influence. However, the Japanese were prepared for the attack, and with the help of a typhoon known as the Kamikaze, or Divine Wind, they repelled the invaders. The Kingdom of Koryo's cultural achievements, including its Celadon pottery, Buddhist art, and woodblock printing, continue to be admired today. The Mongol invasion of Japan, though unsuccessful, left a lasting impression on the Japanese psyche, shaping their perception of foreign threats and inspiring a sense of national unity and resilience. The Mongols were innovative and open-minded, embracing new ideas and technologies from the cultures they encountered. They created a vast network of trade routes, facilitating cultural and economic exchange across their empire. While their brutal conquests and atrocities cannot be ignored or justified, it's essential to recognize their brilliance and the positive contributions they made to our world. By understanding both the good and bad aspects of the Mongol Empire, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the complexity of history and the nuances of different civilizations. Their achievements in science, mathematics, and engineering were remarkable, and they made significant contributions to our understanding of the world around us. Its advanced shipbuilding technology and seafaring traditions also influenced the development of maritime trade in East Asia. They were a multi-ethnic and multi-religious empire, and this diversity brought together people with different perspectives and experiences, leading to a richness of ideas and innovation. Japanese historians and scholars documented the Mongol invasions and studied their military strategies and organization. They also learned about the vastness of the Mongol Empire and its impact on neighboring countries. Although the Yuan dynasty was short-lived, it left a lasting impact on Chinese history. It opened China to the rest of the world, introducing new ideas and technologies. In fact, Oda Nobunaga, a powerful Japanese feudal lord who played a crucial role in unifying Japan during the Sengoku period, admired the Mongol Empire and studied their military tactics. The Yuan dynasty also saw the rise of Chinese literature and art, with many famous works being produced during this time. But the Yuan dynasty had its share of problems. The Mongols faced rebellions from the Chinese population who resented their rule. She effectively governed the Khanate while acting as regent for her young son Esfandiar. In 1301, the Genghis Khan began the process of converting the Ilkhanate to Islam. The Korean military's prowess was demonstrated during the Battle of Yamatai in 1274 when they successfully defended against a Japanese invasion. During the reign of King Chungnyeol, the capital was moved to Hanseong, present-day Seoul, and the city flourished into a major center of commerce and culture. He founded the Timurid Empire and ruled over much of the former Chagatai Khanate. It was the first time in history that a nomadic people had conquered and ruled over such a vast empire as China. Kublai Khan was the founder of the dynasty. He defeated the Song dynasty in 1279 and established his capital at Dadu, now Beijing. Though the Chagatai Khanate didn't leave behind a significant historical legacy like the others, it made valuable contributions to mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. The process was completed by his successors, with the last fire temple being closed in 1335. While the Ilkhanate played a significant role in the spread of Islam, it eventually collapsed due to internal strife, foreign invasions, and economic decline. The most powerful of these was the Golden Horde, which stretched from Eastern Europe all the way to the Pacific Ocean. However, it didn't last forever because after Beitu's death, the Golden Horde fragmented into several smaller khanates. Despite being fragmented, they remained strong until the Black Sea and Crimean Khanates destroyed them in 1480. The Golden Horde was founded by Beta Khan, Genghis Khan's grandson. After defeating the Khwarezmians in 1220, he led the Mongol army to victory over the Nassereddins of Anatolia, the Khwarezmians in Armenia, and the Zengids in northern Iran. In 1260, Hulagu invaded Syria, aiming to conquer the remaining Arab countries. He defeated the Mamluk Sultanate at the Battle of Ain Jalut near Damascus, ending the Mongol advance into the Middle East. It influenced the culture, religion, and language of Russia and also inspired many works of art and literature. Before continuing, please subscribe. He established his capital at Sarai on the Volga, where he kept an eye on the Russian principalities and built a magnificent palace. The Golden Horde grew rapidly due to its favorable geographical location. It was rich in natural resources and had fertile lands. The Golden Horde may not have lasted as long as the other great khanates, but it was crucial for the development of Russia. The Ilkhanate covered modern Iran, Iraq, Azerbaijan, Turkey, Armenia, and Georgia. Hulagu was appointed the first Ilkhan, meaning the obedient son, by his brother, the great Khan, Monkey. Although the Ilkhanate was initially tolerant of other religions, later rulers became increasingly hostile towards non-Muslims. The Chagatai Khanate was named after Genghis Khan's second son, Chagatai, who aimed to expand the empire beyond China. After Monkey became the Great Khan, he divided the empire among his brothers, giving Chagatai's widow control of Samarkand and Kashgar. In 1277, the Chagatai and Ilkhanate armies clashed at the Battle of the River Yalu. In 1356, Timur the Lame conquered Transoxiana, parts of Central Asia and the Middle East. The Yuan dynasty is the period of Mongol rule in China, which lasted from 1271 to 3068. During the Yuan dynasty, China experienced a cultural, economic, and territorial expansion. The Mongols implemented significant reforms in China, including a new currency, postal system, and metric system. In 1368, Zhu Yuanzhang, a former Buddhist monk, led a rebellion that ended the Yuan dynasty and established the Ming dynasty. It's interesting to note that although the Mongols were nomadic and initially had little experience in governing a sophisticated society like China, they proved to be capable administrators. The Korean Empire was established in 1231 after King Wenzhong successfully repelled the Mongol invasions of the Goryeo dynasty. The kingdom's navy played a vital role in protecting the empire from external threats and promoting trade along the coast. Despite these achievements, the empire faced challenges due to corruption, factional struggles, and the growing influence of neighboring powers. Although the empire was relatively short-lived, it left a lasting impact on Korea's history. Japan was largely unaffected by the Mongol Empire except for one major event, the Mongol invasion of Japan. This event was considered a turning point in Japanese history as it protected the country from foreign domination and allowed it to continue developing its unique culture and traditions. Despite not being directly affected by the Mongol Empire, Japan was aware of its existence and accomplishments. The Mongol Empire's achievements in science, technology, and art were also known in Japan, and Japanese rulers took note of them, seeing them as potential models for their own empire. While the Mongol Empire did not have a direct impact on Japan's political or social structure, its existence served as a reminder of the importance of military strength and the need to stay informed about developments in neighboring countries. Although the Mongol Empire is remembered for its brutality, it's also important to acknowledge its brilliance. It's also worth noting that the Mongol Empire's diversity was one of its strengths. In conclusion, the Mongol Empire was a complex and multifaceted phenomenon that left an indelible mark on world history.